name's Michelle Hamilton. I am, I guess, what you would call the founder of Support Local BC. I was the managing director of a not-for-profit in Victoria called Think Local First that champions local businesses like yours in the Greater Victoria area. And when COVID hit in 2020, we could no longer do mixers, we could no longer do learning events or other networking in-person things. And I started the current Support Local BC program to get money into businesses' hands while they were closed and still had hard costs to pay, such as rent and hydro and things like that. So fast forward 2 years later, and I'm really, as I said, I'm really excited to be sharing with you the next iteration and the permanent program for Support Local BC. So I am, as I said, just going to share my screen. So Support Local BC, as I said, the aim has always been to provide support, obviously, recognition, a way to market your business and access to resources for local independently owned businesses throughout BC. And well, it was almost 2 years ago. So we started this process actually in November of 2021. That we still had communities joining, we still had businesses signing up. But as you know, if you have had a gift certificate sold on the current program, it is cumbersome because the processes that I put together really were meant to be temporary. And so it was all kind of hobbled together. And, you know, as much as I wanted to keep the gift certificate piece going, I think that what we're moving towards is going to be much easier for consumers to manage and for you as business owners to manage as well. So this is a screenshot of our existing website. I'm really proud to say that British Columbians have purchased over $1.6 million in gift certificates in the past 2 years using the Support Local BC platform. I remember when we celebrated when we got to $20,000, and I thought that was a real achievement. This just seems so unbelievable to me, but it also is the impetus to say, how do we make this program permanent? How do we scale it so that we can support more than the 1,800 businesses that we're supporting now? And that meant really streamlining what we were doing. And I loved that we had this transactional piece. Like the gift certificate requires the consumer, the person, to go into your business and use it. So, and we know with gift certificates that people tend to spend at least 30% more than the value of the gift certificate once they get into a business. So, you know, how do we keep doing that without all of the layers of processes that our current system has in? And we've achieved that by working with some financial tech companies. We have come up with the Support Local BC Visa debit card. And this is a screenshot of the new website, which is at bc.supportlocalcanada.com. It works the same way as the current website. It's based on community pages where businesses are showcased with other businesses in their region. And there's a map, which makes this one even better. So we have, I'm not allowed to say partnered with Visa, but I feel like we've partnered with Visa to create the Support Local BC prepaid Visa debit card program. It is a virtual card. Here's an image of what the card looks like. And what it is it's preloaded. So on our website, cardholders will be able to purchase, although we have to say they are actually pledging to buy local. They can preload a certain amount onto a Visa debit card. So it cannot be less than $25. And they then have this card, which gets emailed to them. They activate it. They can add it to a virtual wallet. They can show it at the business on their phone, or they can print it out on a piece of paper. The great piece about this is that on the current site, we have e-gift cards, which can be given to other people. And a lot of corporations, government offices, they use those e-gift cards to give as prizes. They give them to their clients, volunteers, staff. And what this Visa debit card will replace the e-gift card. And it will also replace the gift certificate piece which I'll get to how we're transitioning out of that. So as a business, if you currently accept Visa debit as a form of payment, you can accept the Support Local BC Visa debit card. There is no specific hardware that you need to have. There is no software that you need to have. How this actually works in the background is a little bit above me, but it actually uses exclusion rather than inclusion with where the card can be used. As I said, businesses or cardholders can use it in your business, or if you have an online store, they can use it to make a purchase online as well. So because we're dealing with Visa, there is a lot more security, which makes me really happy against, to protect cardholders' privacy, to protect the amount of money that's on their card. A lot of anti-money laundering security protocols in place, again, which, means more steps to activate a debit card. But I think in the long run, the security that it entails is really important. So when someone receives their virtual debit card, they actually go to this website that is called mysupportlocalbc.com, and that is their digital wallet. You're looking at a screenshot of mine, but it does not have my actual payment. I do have a card that's loaded with money. But what we also have on here is links to the main website where they can explore communities, where they can download the app, which I'm really excited about to tell you. I'm excited to tell you about on a slide down the road. And then they can also connect with us on social media. As a business, you will receive some training resources. One of the things that you'll get is a window decal, so a window cling that you'll put on your store so that people know they can use their Support Local BC Visa debit card to pay for transactions at your store. We're also creating a reference postcard. So a postcard printed piece that will have a quick reference guide for your staff to know how to process a payment using the Support Local BC Visa debit card when someone presents it. It also has some FAQs that are pertinent to your staff when they are using it for a transaction. So how to process a transaction, 3 easy steps. Essentially, as I said, if you can accept Visa debit as a form of payment in your business now, you can accept the Support Local BC Visa debit card. So the cardholder will either show it to you in their digital wallet on their phone. They'll have printed that information out, or they will put it in their virtual wallet. Eventually, with our app, we'd love to have a virtual wallet included in there so that people can add their Support Local BC Visa debit card right into the app and use it to tap and pay. So it is a 16-digit code, so it looks just like a credit card code that you actually need to manually enter into your POS machine. Some POS machines, and really it depends on who your payment provider is, you might also have to enter the postal code of the cardholder. And you're not charged anything from us, from Support Local BC. You just pay the processing fees that your particular payment provider charges for a card not present. So that's how this piece works, and that's it. If the consumer is making a purchase that is more than what they have on their Visa debit card, enter the amount on the Visa debit card, and then they would choose another form of payment to pay the balance of the transaction, just like you would do with any other transaction. And here's some FAQs that I think are important for staff, but that you might you might also want to know as a potential cardholder, as somebody who supports other local businesses when you walk out of your store. So if the card is declined, it might be that you mistyped the 16-digit code in, or there's a 0 balance on the card. And the cardholder, if they have a mobile phone, will be able to go to that My Digital Wallet and see what the balance on their card is. They can be used more than once, as long as they have a balance on them. They can be used as many times as they want. I have a meeting with Visa on Saturday to confirm the reloading. So I've been trying to get that as part of our cards program, is that it can be reloaded. And that, from what I understand now, can take 1 to 3 business days to action. Again, because we are dealing with Visa, which I temper with the fact that it is more secure and much more permanent program than what we currently have in place. Does the amount on the Visa debit card expire? No, it never expires, but after 36 months, if there's still a balance on the card after 36 months, well, they actually start taking an amount each month. But I'm kind of hoping that we'll be able to remind people to get out there and use their Support Local BC Visa debit cards, so that, you know, we get the money circulating in the local businesses in our communities. Can you apply a refund to a Visa debit card? Yes, definitely. Just like any other credit card or debit card, a refund can be applied to it. I wanted to talk now about the business listing. So there's a few different facets to the new program. One is the Visa debit card replacing the gift certificate portion. The other piece is the business listing, which I am super excited about. You know, your current listing on our website is your logo and a link to your website, which is, you know, it's a bit limiting what we can do in Shopify, but the business listings, you know, if you have registered, are quite comprehensive. But as I mentioned, the new website is organized the same as our current website. I really found that worked well for me to be in touch with community sponsoring organizations like Chambers of Commerce, BIAs, community credit unions, economic development offices, community futures. They are really my connection with your businesses in your communities. So I love this idea of showcasing not just the businesses, but the community that they're in. And you'll see here, this is a community page for Revelstoke with the map that has some businesses added to it. Underneath, I'm just showing the first 3 businesses. So I call them their profile cards. So if you click on the visit profile, you're going to see the whole profile for that business. And as the business owner, once you've registered, you have access to that back end to change the information anytime you want. If you want to create a seasonal header image, you can do that. If you want to tell a seasonal story in the short description or the long description, you can do that as well. I really wanted to make it a way for you as a business owner to share what makes your business special. Registering. So here's the first screen on the registration portion. I have to confess, we do have a few glitches that are happening in there. One of the things is that your business name can only be 50 characters long, and we've had a few that are longer than that. But the development team is working to make some changes to that. I've also shared with you the top portion of the Dutch Bakery and Diners profile listing. Again, you know, you really get the opportunity to tell the story about your business. It has a header image, a short description, long description, a map, address, website, phone number. We can include your payment types and social media links. Our feeling is that it is the basic information that a prospective customer would want to know in order to connect with you. We are looking at adding other pieces onto there as well. You know, the thing, I have all these great ideas for local plus businesses. So, you know, the number of local suppliers you use, if you're a B Corp, the local charities that you support, your community involvement, again, just really rounding out the story that your business can share. So we have also created a native app, which is now available in the App Store and Google Play. So Google Play, it launched just this Monday, and in the App Store, it launched on the last Friday. So we all know, and we all do it, we are all using our phones as wayfinding tools. And it is often our way to connect with businesses as well. So we can see what they offer, place an order. And so the Support Local app provides the ability for users to discover and connect with businesses all around BC by using their phone. So you will see it looks like the website, but there are some pieces on the website that are not on the app. And there are new pieces that we will be adding onto the app, such as push notifications. So our plan down the road is to allow businesses to choose if they want to advertise on the app. You can do that and advertise. Your ad will show up on the community page that you're located in. So transitioning from the gift certificate program over to the Visa debit card program, this is really high level for me at this point. So within the next 2 months, the current website, supportlocalbc.com, will not have gift certificates for sale any longer. I'd love to fast track that, but I also want to make sure that visitors are not missing out on getting gift certificates that they might have been planning to. So instead, that URL, supportlocalbc.com, will redirect visitors to a landing page that will say, hey, the gift certificate program isn't happening anymore, but check out the Support Local BC Visa program instead. So managing gift certificates, we have the Dual Plane Business Portal, which you can use if you want to. It is totally optional to use the business portal to manage the gift certificates. But if you are using it to, view the gift certificates and mark them as redeemed, we are going to keep that business portal live for you to be able to do that. I am working with the dev team now on how we can export that information and provide it to each individual business, because we pay monthly for the Dual Plane Business Portal piece. So I'd love to move that money into the new website and, advertising all of the communities and businesses that are participating. So eventually we will also transition out of that Dual Plane Business Portal. But again, we'll make sure that you have the information so that you can track and mark redeemed the gift certificates. Payment to businesses will continue to use SparkPay to send businesses the funds from gift certificates that have been purchased, and we do that by direct deposit. That's my job first thing every Monday morning. Other ways that we want to support your business. So you might have seen over the past 2 years, depending how long you have been with the program, I've actually sent out 3 surveys to really get a sense of what kind of things you are challenged by and how we can help with that. So one of the things that has always come out at the top of the surveys is that you want more customers coming through your doors and contacting you online. And that is really fair. So one of the things that we're doing is the new profiles. So that really, like I said, allows you to showcase your products, your services, connect with potential customers. One thing we're also doing is adding on some opportunities for businesses. So that's your free listing. That profile there does not cost you anything to have on the website. We are finishing up the development of 2 optional paid membership levels. One is $25 a month, the other is $50 a month. And this will allow you to really use your profile and the website to market your business. So things that we're looking at adding in there is a video. So you'll be able to add a video to your profile, and you'll also have a contact form. So a direct contact form from your profile on the Support Local BC website will get emailed to you if somebody chooses to contact you that way. The other pieces in there are being able to advertise on the website. So we'll have advertising sections throughout the website and on your community's pages. So paid members will be able to advertise on there too. As I said, we're just really rounding out that piece now, but when you do create a registration and you add your business to the website, you'll see on the left-hand side when you log in, I think it says profile details, state, and then subscriptions. So the subscriptions part is just waiting there for these paid membership pieces to be added. Oh, I love my numbering system here. Okay, the second number 1 is that many of you shared creating or improving the website is a priority for you. And I know that when COVID hit, a lot of businesses that didn't have a digital presence took advantage of things like the Launch Online grant and invested in having a digital presence. If you have not done that, we really feel that it's important, and so does the government of Canada, because they have allocated money, $31 billion, $3 billion. I probably got that wrong. Anyways, the Canadian Digital Adoption Grant provides a $2,400 micro grant to businesses to either enhance their digital presence or adopt digital strategies and tools in their business. So if it means your backend process needs to be updated, then there's $2,400 that can be allocated to that kind of thing. So we are working with partners to create website packages, whether you need e-commerce or not, so that they will work within that $2,400 micro grant. Finding information about grants, funding options, hiring opportunities, and similar subjects is time consuming. It's time consuming for me too, to go through like what sources of funding are available for summer students and interns and co-op students, what funding is available for businesses. And you'll know, again, if you've been with the program, that I have always sent out that information. So now we're going to formalize that a little bit more, and we're creating a resource library where we will create and also curate articles that can answer those questions. So the first article up on the business resource library is the Canadian Digital Adoption Grant. But I have articles in the go now that have to do with email marketing, payment processing, those kind of things. So if you have any questions or come across something that you think is worth sharing with other businesses, you can shoot it my way and I will put an article together for it. The other piece, the final one that was quite interesting, and again, on every survey came up, was that managing your social media accounts can be a struggle. Sometimes it's just finding the time, but sometimes it's you have the time, but how are you actually creating tactical, like how are you being tactical with social media so you are attracting clients? Because again, we're going to go back to the first number one, is that you want more customers coming through your doors and contacting you online. So one of the things I'm doing is connecting with potential partners that can offer tailored package for Support Local BC businesses to manage your social media for you. And that one, is in the works. If it's something that you think, wow, this would be really important for a number of businesses, then I'll move it up my priority list. But those are things that are right now on my desk that you've said over the past 2 years are also important to your business and how we can help. I am never about reinventing the wheel. A lot of the information about grants and funding options will just be curated from other organizations who put that information together too. So that was really quickly a high level of what's happening right now with Support Local BC and the new Visa debit card program. I'm going to open it up to questions, whether it's about the Visa debit card, whether it's about registering, doing things with your business listing, the app, or transitioning away from the gift certificate program. If you also have questions about the gift certificate program, I'm very happy to answer any of those too. So I'll pass it over to you. So just unmute yourself, ask the question. We are a very small group here today, so. Wow, did I explain everything so well?
I can ask a question.
Sure.
When I was doing my profile and everything, I know you pulled the the description of what your business fell under from a government page or something, but
yes,
none of those really, I always fall through the cracks in those. Is there a way that you guys can add more so that something more descriptive than other I can use?
Sure. So I think there's actually two categories on there. So there's one that is, you're right, by Statistics Canada. So it's the federal grouping of businesses, but then we've created our own categories which show up on the website. Yeah, and if you wanted to just shoot me an email at hello@supportlocalbc.com, that's my email address, and let me know, if there's a category you think we should be adding. Okay. I can do that. I can definitely do that. So Hi,
Hi,
Lisa.
Michelle. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really good. How are you? Did you notice I chose Revelstoke as my community page?
Yes. I just have a quick question. I might have missed it because I got other things going on in the back end here. Did you say when the Visa debits are able to start to be purchased? Like, can you start buying those already, or are you waiting for that 2 months to kind of swap over? Or
no, we're going to hopefully in the next 2 weeks have them up there.
Okay.
So I have a few questions about, because Visa is a corporation and I am not a corporation, there are a lot more layers to how things get approved and compliance. So I have a meeting on Saturday with the Visa program.
Okay.
Because I have some questions. I just really want to understand, when somebody gets a card, what is the process that is going to happen for them? So that, that's the piece. And I will actually send out an email to everyone again, the community sponsoring organizations, as well as all the businesses, to let you know when that website is live and the Visa debit cards are out there. So
okay, perfect. Yeah, just I'd kind of been hearing down the pipe of just people wondering to still, like, people inquiring to still direct them to the e-gift site, or which way to kind of point people as far as anything goes. And then the migration over. So it would be kind of like a code or whatever, you'd be able to redeem your existing, pop it over kind of thing, whatever.
That's the plan. Yeah. So, I was just giving you kind of the high level on how that worked. But what will happen is, the first thing that will disappear from the current Support Local BC gift certificate program website is that e-gift card. So that e-gift card will disappear, and that page will be replaced with, information that says, hey, we've introduced a Visa debit card now. Go here to get that. So that people who have the e-gift cards now can still redeem them for gift certificates. And then once we get to the point where we're ready to shift it over, all those outstanding e-gift card codes will become discount codes on the Visa debit card program. So that whole piece is probably going to take the dev team about a week to put together. So that's there's a few phases to it. So
that's perfect. Yeah, no, that definitely helps, because it's definitely a long-term thing, and it's getting easier for everyone, which is nice. It's just getting over this little mountain.
Exactly. It is a little mountain for sure, but we're building a pass through it. And I do see, I get really excited when people send me emails saying, I'm so excited to have registered. Like, I love that, we're moving to this, more streamlined process, but there's still this transaction that's happening between consumers and the businesses. So that just fuels me.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
You're welcome. Thanks, Lisa. Can I answer any other questions?
Sure. Yes, Michelle. For using this on my website, I have a spot for gift cards. And would I just copy like a main link if I wanted to include it on my website to send people to this?
Yeah, definitely. So one of the things that we did for the gift certificate program is we created this Google Drive folder of social media posts, and there's also a website graphic. We're going to update all of those for the new program. So we'll create a website graphic that has, more of the Visa idea as opposed to the gift certificate piece. And then you can add that image to your website and then just link to your profile, and you'll see, if you go to the profile on the new Support Local BC website and just copy the URL, it'll be bc.supportlocalcanada.com/businesses/ the name of your business, and then it'll take people directly to that profile page. So conceivably, if you're currently using a Facebook page as your digital presence, the profile page on the Support Local BC website could become another option. It could be things that you link to from the Facebook page as well. So does that answer your question?
Just where do you email out the package with the image logos and stuff like that, or?
So I'll actually add them onto the website, but and it'll just be a link that says, social media and website graphics, much the same. It's in the footer menu on the current website, but I'll just create a new Google Drive folder. But when I do that, I will send an email out to everyone saying, hey, we've updated everything for the new program. So click here and you'll find all the stuff that you need. So, and you know, we were updating those social media graphics quite regularly, but slowed down once we started, you know, having to devote our time to creating this program. So I'm thinking we're going to go back to that. The other thing that I would love to go back to is the weekly Zoom meetings. So I used to do a weekly Zoom meeting Tuesdays from 11 till 11:30. Sometimes there were 6 people like there are today, and sometimes there were 20 people. But there was a lot of conversation that happened about our program, but also about what's happening with businesses in different communities, and a lot of opportunities for collaboration happened there too. A chocolatier started selling her chocolates at a grocery store in East Van on one of those meetings. So I'd like to, and you know, if you think that would be good to have that kind of support, I'm happy to take the time to, you know, to facilitate those as well. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen now, and just see if there's any other comments, questions. And if not, we can wrap it up, and I'll get to editing this video and share it with everyone. So super.
Thank you.
Oh, excellent. Thank you so much for attending, everyone. I really appreciate it. If you haven't registered and created your profile, please do so. And if you have any issues with it, hello@supportlocalbc.com will hit my inbox, and I will pass it over to the dev team to make sure that we rectify it and get you set up as quick as we can. So.